everybody. It's Dr. Debbie with Evolve Global 22. How are you all doing tonight? This is our second night of Evolve Global 22's Circle of Light live stream. And I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for all of the views, all of the comments, all of the feedback that I got from last night. There's a buzz in the air. There's some excitement. And just know that we and I am here for you. So this week is all about kind of introducing you and giving you a little bit of an idea or a taste, so to speak, of what this live stream is going to build into. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be here because I serve and Evolve Global serves others and helps them to solve their challenges. So if you were with me last night, we started with Monday, which is mindful moments and micro learning. And we started with some breath work. Breath work is very important. So let's just take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. That gets the oxygen to the brain and helps us to focus. And we will continue that and follow that with our heart connection so that we can be present and in the moment. So let's do our breath work first. In through the nose, deep breath. Out through the mouth. And the hand motion is very nice because it puts emphasis and meaning on it. It puts the flow into it. So again, in through the nose, deep breath. Out through the mouth slowly. Feel that oxygen getting to the brain. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Very nice. Now put your hand over your heart. Close your eyes. A moment of silence, a moment of peace. And with your inner voice, make your intention that you're connecting with your heart. There. Now we are present and in the moment, and we will open with our mantra. And if you remember, you can say it after me or with me. We will repeat it twice. So this is our opening mantra. Rise in light. Rise in truth. I breathe in healing. I walk in wholeness. I am perfectly imperfect, and I evolve through love, light, and purpose. One more time. I rise in truth. I breathe in healing. I walk in wholeness. I am perfectly imperfect, and I evolve through love, light, and purpose. So now that we are focused, we have oxygen to the brain, we've said our mantra, we're in the moment together. Let's first review a little bit about what Monday was. So every Monday when I come on, we are going to do mindful moments and micro learning. Last night, if you were with me, we started and read the introduction of The Science of the Sacred, this book, Bridging Global Indigenous Medicine Systems and Modern Scientific Principles. We covered the introduction. And what is so important about the readings and some of the information that I bring you is I really believe, and I'm living proof of the fact that knowledge is power. Knowledge, once you have it, nobody can take it away from you. Once you learn something, once you are aware of something, nobody can take it away. And it allows us to be able to decipher all of this stuff that's coming at us day in and day out. So, Mondays on our live streams, mindful moments and micro learning, we're going to continue the science of the sacred. And this book is the complete why behind Evolve Global 22. Now, let's talk about tonight. Tuesdays are going to be healing in real life. Now, I have to be honest with you. Healing and health and wellness is not always nice, squeaky clean. Most often, it is very, very messy. However, if we commit to doing the work, if we work at it daily, if we get the support we need, if we have support or supports in our daily lives that help us, meaning we have tools in our toolbox, then it makes it a lot less messy and it makes it easier. So, some of the stories that we might focus on are your experiences in healing or situations that put you in a place where you really needed to really look at yourself and really look at the situation. And after trauma, after emotional baggage, after whatever the issues were, you went through the process or you engaged in practices that helped you heal. So I will share some of my experiences, some of the things that I've gone through, and we'll talk about some clients, not using their names, of course, but their situations. And how about we talk about a healing lesson from the day? Some days are just rough. Some days we just experience a lot of stuff and we need to reflect on that. So we'll talk about that. The most important thing is on Tuesdays, healing in real life. It will be authentic, it will be relatable, and we will talk about emotional truths. We'll talk about small wins or struggles, physical, emotional, and spiritual healing moments. Of course, I'm going to tie in the power of three: energy medicine, Ayurveda medicine, and herbal medicine, because the power of three is how I healed. And then we're going to talk about different strategies, different products. I have a product line that I use that support my daily healing. Now, keep in mind that when we talk about healing, we're talking about the whole you: mind, body, soul, and spirit. And oftentimes we have a tendency as human beings to focus on one area or another. And when we're talking about true healing, that is not going to do it. We need to focus on the whole you, which means approaching yourself in only one way. Let's say Ayurveda medicine in isolation is not going to get you to your peak. It may help you, but it's not going to get you to your optimal level of healing. And that goes for if you only rely upon herbal medicine or you only rely upon energy medicine. It has to be a cumulative integrated effort. And that's why I always teach the power of three. So on Tuesdays, we will be talking all about healing in real life. And just to give you a little snippet, I'll give you one example, one story. And this really revolves around what keeps people from doing what needs to be done to heal, to be whole, and to feel that they are empowered over themselves and over their lives. My number one, in my opinion, the number one thing that holds people back is fear. Fear of facing truths that perhaps we don't want to face, fear of the unknown, fear of all the scams that are out there, fear of looking deeply at yourself and within yourself, fear that we might make the wrong or the bad choice, but nevertheless it's a choice, but it doesn't turn out the way you want or the way you think. Just fear. Fear is very, very, very real, and it's very, very debilitating when it comes to healing, health, and wellness. And it really comes from every angle. Fear of not having enough money, fear of not being safe, fear of not being successful, fear of anything, whatever it may be. And I'll give you an example. I had an experience where I had a family, a husband and a wife, who were in crisis. And the husband had left the home, or actually was kicked out of the home, and homeless, living in his car. And I know them, so I reached out and I basically said, I'm here. If you really want to overcome your challenges and grow individually and then as a couple, all you have to do is ask. And what shocked me, I don't know if the shocked is the right word, but what really got my attention is the gentleman continued to live in his car, and neither has yet committed to their own healing, health, and wellness and changing their situation. Now, in my opinion, in my book, being homeless is pretty difficult, and it's an extreme. Like, you have nowhere to go. In addition, this is a family. So now the family is broken and there's children involved. And third, the lady is just an emotional wreck. Can't focus, unhappy, in emotional turmoil, etc., etc. But yet, neither have taken the big leap to commit to their own healing, health, and wellness and changing their situation. And my question is why? Because in my opinion, when you get to that point, to that extreme, honestly, I would do anything. Like, let's just do something, right? But fear holds people back. It debilitates them. It keeps them from taking the first step and then taking more steps to their healing health and wellness and to changing their crisis situation. It's sad because I can tell you that if you take the first step, if someone takes the first step, that's the hardest step. But if you take the first step and commit to doing what needs to be done, seeing it through, and actually doing it, following through, then in the end, you're much better off because you feel at minimum that you did something, right? You you overcame whatever the fear was. And you always end up in a better place when you do the work, no matter what. So fear is something that is really uh really a an obstacle for all of us, and for some of us it's a huge obstacle. So my uh advice and my input on the topic of fear is you just have to do it. You just have to take the first step. And you don't you have to take it without having a guarantee. You have to take it without having all the details. You have to take it without knowing if you're going to be successful or not, or overcome or not. Because otherwise, what happens is you talk yourself out of the first step and have many, many excuses and reasons. And I mean, I can't even imagine if a decade ago, when I was 300 pounds, if I hadn't taken the first step. I was already feeling sick. And as most of you likely already know, that's where I started my journey in healing health and wellness. I just simply wanted to lose weight because I felt sick. And one coaching team reached out to me. I kind of shut them down and pushed them off initially. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I have to do something. I can't stay like this. I'm going to be sick. I'm already feeling ill, but I'm literally going to be sick. I was a health disaster waiting to happen. And I didn't know if I could afford what I was paying for. I didn't, long term, I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if it was the right fit. I didn't know anything. And I picked up the phone, called them back, and I said, I'm ready. That's it. That was the first step. I'm ready. And it took a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. It took a lot. Yes, I did it rather quickly because I considered that I was in crisis at the time, even though if you would have seen me at the time, you wouldn't have thought that. But because I was on the path of illness, that's why I said I was in crisis. And I knew I didn't feel well, and I knew I wasn't going to get better with what I was doing. So I just did it. I just started. And then things unfolded over time. So the first step is just owning, recognizing the fear and saying it's not going to stop me, and just take the step. Honestly, that is the first thing that anybody needs to do when you talk about true healing. And healing encompasses everything. So I use healing oftentimes, but I really mean healing, health, and wellness, because they're all one huge thing. And really the overarching umbrella is healing. So, you know, you have to just do it. You have to just take the step. And what I realized after I took the first step is, yeah, there was a lot of hard work. Yeah, there was a lot of commitment. Yes, I had to work through a lot of stuff, and it wasn't pretty sometimes. But I continued because the next step is you just don't give up. You just keep going. But honestly, that's really as simple as it is. Just own the fear, overcome it, take the first step, and that's where it starts. So if your first step is coming to these live streams, when we start building our content, when we start developing topics, this week is really about introducing this to you, introducing each day and talking a little bit about what to expect. And then I will put out videos, etc. But really, if you want to take a first step, a good first step would be just come every night, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will have guests on at different times. I already have some in mind. And we'll do this together. We'll do this together. I'm here. I'm here for you. So nobody is alone. Nobody has to be alone. Nobody has to do it alone. And nobody should do it alone. And by the way, another thing I want to kind of, the elephant in the room, I want to talk about is for those who think, well, I'm great, I'm fine, that's wonderful. That means you're at a certain level in your healing, health, and wellness journey or in your life. And that's wonderful. But my question is when do you level up? And don't forget, if we're not consistent, we don't work at these things every day, if we don't have support systems in place, if we don't have a place where we can go, that we can find like-minded people that are working on healing, that are creating a safe space for healing, then when we do face some of the trials and tribulations of life, then we will really be tested. So you're not alone. Nobody should be alone. Nobody should have to do it alone. And even if things are wonderful and great, my question is, are you leveling up or are you settling? And if everything is lovely and great, what happens when life takes a turn that is not lovely and great? So think about that. Think about that. Now, tonight is going to be very short. We're going to go maybe another few minutes. But I wanted to just come on to let you know what we're doing. Remember, Mondays, Mindful Moments and Microlearning, the Science of the Sacred. We're working on this. And Tuesdays, Healing in Real Life, which can be messy, but it's a place for us to come together to talk about those small wins, struggles, physical, emotional, and spiritual moments, and tie it to the power of three, of course. And then we will have guests at some point on different live streams. But I really want you to know, and my biggest message tonight is, I am here. Evolve Global 22 is here. So I hope that you will be a part of this movement because we have the innate power to heal ourselves. I'll say that again. We have the innate power to heal ourselves. I will teach you along the way some of the practices that I do. As a result of last night's live stream, I've had a few people ask me, well, what does your day look like? So I am working on a video, a short one, maybe 5-10 minutes, which will be on my YouTube channel. If you haven't been there, please go there. Just type in at Dr. Debbie Badawi, DebbieBadawi, and all of my social media plus the YouTube channel will come up. And that short little video is going to tell you how I start my day. It's my morning routine. So important. But I do it most every morning. Once in a while, if I'm playing beat the clock, I might miss a morning here or there. But most of all the time, daily, that's my morning routine. So look out for that on the YouTube channel. Also, remember, if you find my insights and find my content helpful, if you would like, on my website, www.evolveglobal22usa.com. I believe I put it in the chat. Any videos I put out, I always put it in usually the first comments and in the description. You can give a gift of gratitude. I do a lot of my work for free. I don't turn anybody away ever. And I keep also the paid work that I do. I keep it at a very, very minimal price because I remember the days when I could not afford to go spend $1,500 or whatever, somebody was asking for. Somebody who was qualified and very good, I'm sure, but that I couldn't afford that. So I didn't do it. But like I said, check out the YouTube channel at Dr. Debbie Bedoui and my social media. Also, my website. There is something for everybody there. The power of three is what helped me and what I created from my own journey. And now I share it with everybody and I teach everybody who will listen. And I help people using the power of three. So if you want to give a gift of gratitude, please go to my website. Also, know that if anybody else reaches out to you outside of my website or any of my social media, it's a scam. I only use my official YouTube channel, or I'm sorry, my official website and my own social media, including the YouTube channel. If somebody comes out with something that is in my name and it doesn't come from one of my official places, especially the website, even the products, services, everything is paid through my website. So if anybody comes out from someplace else, it's not me. It's a scam. Don't fall for it. And you can let me know if somebody's actually doing that. So that is it for this evening. Remember, every day, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here in the circle of light. We are going to rise and thrive together. Let's do our ending mantra. You can repeat this after me. Let me get our music. Here we go. I honor my journey. I release what no longer serves me. I energy. I am love. Together we heal. Together we evolve. One more time. I honor my journey. Release what no longer serves me. I am energy. I am light. I am love. Together we heal. Together we evolve. I hope that you were able to get more of an idea of what's coming with our live streams here at Evolve Global 22. We will be doing meditations. We will be doing maybe some Qigong, Tai Chi, a little bit. We are going to do some energy healing sessions. We are going to do micro learning. We're going to talk about healing. Remember remember Mondays are mindful moments and micro learning, and Tuesdays are healing in real life. On that note, I hope you have a blessed, peaceful night ahead. Peace and light.